Hello and welcome to the Build with Baer Workshop. This Saturday night, back to the build stream. Yesterday we did a game stream, a bonus nighttime game stream, my monthly bonus stream. I'm going to wait for a few more people to join us here in chat, but I wanted to jump in and say hello. So I got a cool thing. I've been running a poll for the next kit I was going to build, but that's going to go to the back burner because the next kit I'm going to build, and the video will be out tomorrow for everybody. I got sent by Death and Rez, who is a follower here. Bought something for my Amazon wish list, so I'm going to do Super Saiyan Blue Goku. It's an action figure model kit. We did the Krillin. Now we're going to do the Goku. It'll look like you can see right there. That's how Goku is going to look. Oh, that gray is dark. I don't like that. I don't know why my build surface is so dark, but whatever. So that's coming. That's next. The next thing we do is we're going to build ourselves a Goku. I also, in the video, showed off my new tool set. Oh, also, hello. Welcome to Bear Cave. If you are a subscriber, throw that Bear Cave emote in there. Waiting for a few more bodies to join in before we start to build. But if you are a sub, you can do the Bear Cave emote. Throw that on there. While we wait for a few more people, I'll show off this toolkit. Let's go to the overhead while we wait for a few people to filter in. They're starting our build. We're working on, as you can see, we're continuing our build. Harold is now hosting. Thank you, Harold, for hosting. I appreciate it. So I bought myself a little toolkit. Now, this is normally, obviously, snipper clips, incredibly important. Yeah, we're getting the color here is not exactly what I would like. I'm not sure what that is, but a little dark. Considering I have all these lights on me, it's actually surprising how dark it is. What if I did that? That helps some. A little bit. Not too much. Just a little bit. So yeah, snipper clips, obviously the most important tool in our tool of the trade. So we put that aside. But we've also got some stuff that is mainly for iPhone use. These are these kind of separators here. You're mainly going to use for your iPhone or smartphone of any kind, not just iPhone. Having something that's a heavier metal could be helpful. Really, we're going to just be using it for these two separators here. These two spongers are really what we're going to be using as our tools. But I like that this rolls up. It's easy and convenient. Davis is now hosting. Thank you, Davis. Appreciate that. Yeah, so some of these tools are not going to be beneficial to us, but they might be. And actually, this is going to be very beneficial as well. It's just tweezers. It's just a tweezer set, but that's going to be nice to have. I'm excited about having tweezers. Yeah, so our table has a bit of a blue tint to it right now, besides the blue here. I apologize for that. In my setup, it did not look blue, so I'm a little wondering about that, but we'll move on. So yeah, so I bought this for myself. I showed it off in the wish list video, my mailbag video, I should say. But yeah, I updated my wish list to put some stuff on there. I took a couple things off, and I just ended up buying it. That's coming soon. I bought myself a USB extender and a pole, a tripod pole, because I want to experiment with overhead shots as a possibility. That might end up not necessarily in this show, but in live shows, perhaps. Wink, wink, wink. Anyway, more people are here in the chat. We got some hosters. Hey, if you're a subscriber, you're in the chat. Throw that Bear Cave emote. I'm throwing the Bear Cave emote and the Lego emote. So I'm going to put this up here. We might use it. We might not use it today. Well, of course, we got our file. Looking at the kit we've got a lot of Tallgeese done. Now, in our last stream on Thursday, our last building stream, I did one leg and the start of the other. I finished that leg in my warm-ups. We're going to work on the waist now, and then we're going to work on the weapons. So we should, I think, finish this today. If we don't finish it tonight, then we're going to get started on it. We'll wrap it up on Thursday, no problem. But I think there's not much left to this kit. We got to build some weapons. We got to do some more armor, but we're on our way. Got to do the back things. No reply to chat. That's okay. I know sometimes y'all just like to chill and not say anything. which is fine. I'm okay with that. Um, I like it when you're all chatting, but if you don't want to chat, you don't want to chat. I can't make you. I'll just talk about what's going on with me. I recorded Pat Blaze Pokemon. I normally do that on Friday. I recorded both those today on Saturday because yesterday I had my bonus stream, the game stream, and so I wanted to save my voice for that. And yeah, I'm still tired after PAX, recuperating this week, working, but still a little tired. So I did my recordings today. They went well. If you haven't checked it out, please check it out. I really think it's good. I've never done a Let's Play before. You know, I've been doing this build stream stuff, and I think I'm doing okay with that. But it's a new endeavor. I did episodes 21 and 22, so that's not shocking. There we go, got that attached. We're doing the waist here, our skirt, if you will. So we'll snap some pieces out for that. Oops, dropping it. Yeah, I got really into the idea of having a Let's Play series, something just for YouTube, doing something else, and it's been really fun. So check those out if you haven't. It's on youtube.com/PatBaer, along with all my other stuff. Like in the middle of the show, I'll plug 404ing It and Improvised Postmortem again, because those are shows that are available that I did at PAX. So in case you haven't seen those, you could. All right, let's get these front parts on here. Try to not clip these. I can see myself messing this up. And then I spent the day doing that. I did some errands, bought some groceries, you know, life stuff, doing some life stuff. I'm going to do laundry tomorrow. Excited about that. Always excited to clean the clothes. Because I want to wear the new League of Hills shirt that I bought. I bought the controller shirt, and I want to wear it. Have not been able to wear it because it is dirty. Alright, so that goes... Okay, so I got to put A7 in first. Almost messed that up. But now that I have my new spongers, it'll be easier to fix it. I've kind of missed having it. It's nice to have some tools. And it was inexpensive. I took it out of the Ko-Fi budget. As you know, I have a coffee budget that people have been generous enough to send me little bits of money here and there. And I used that to buy kits, but I used it for tools in this case because I thought that would be good to have. It just makes building easier, and then I can show them off. And people who have asked me in the past about stuff like that get some information, because I do get questions now and again on like, what tools should I buy? What do I need? Obviously, a good snipper clip is essential. I like taking the metal pin out of it so that you have really control. There's not a lot of bounce back. I think that's very important. But to each its own, his or her own, or their own. To each their own. We'll say that. All right. We'll put that on there. That looks good. And now we've got to put on the back parts of our waist here. Our rockets. We got the rockets on the waist. So we need E, H, and C. So we'll do C, H, and E. On there. Yeah, you're quiet tonight, chat. That's fine, as always. I don't mind a quiet chat. Y'all were pretty talkative last night, which is cool. If you missed that video, it's on my YouTube, which I've plugged already. But it was fun. I opened up 79 packs in Hearthstone talked about Hearthstone a bunch and some of the cool stuff that's happening there. And then so I did that, and then I played some Quiplash 2 with chat, and that was fun. It helped a lot that Mr. Will Smith, not that Will Smith, of course, was hosting, and so I had a good little amount of people, and a few people that don't know. I've had a few people join us from PAX, which is awesome. If you're new because you didn't know that I did this, or you just been like, you have other people you watch, welcome. Glad you're here. Hope you stick around for a while. All right, so we need C15 is this rocket booster. So it goes on this one here. And then this is the other one I need. C15. Let's see. I watched the second episode of Comic Girls, which is a very generic name, but a very good show. It is the slice of life show that I was looking for. As you know, I'm a big fan of the slice of life genre, which can be defined as 2 and 1. Okay, so 2 goes here, 1 goes there. Slice of life genre is defined as being generally about school or work. Sometimes zany, sometimes it's a melodrama. It is a bit Seinfeld-ish in many ways, in which nothing happens, or nothing is determined to happen. Something like in an episode you might not see anything. I remember somebody was complaining about an episode of my favorite show from last season, Laid Back Camp. There was an episode that a lot of the episode was characters texting one another, and they were like, I can only deal with so much texting. And I was like, this might not be the genre for you. Because, yeah, or something like Flying Witch. Like, nothing happens in Flying Witch. It's great. But, honestly, there are whole episodes where there's, like, no magic. And it's about a witch. It's just a solid, good show. Alright, so then this goes over here. Pops in like that. Yeah, so Comic Girls. Very much into. That is the one I watched second. Like I said, watched the second episode of that. And that is the slice of life show I was looking for. And then, okay, so that's just showing that. How it looks. Okay. And then these pop in to here. And then it snaps on. Oh, this looks pretty cool. Yeah, so I would recommend Comic Girls. I think it's fun. It so far does suffer from a thing that keeps me out of certain shows, is where the main character, in this case, a young pink-haired lady, is too self-deprecating and too down on themselves to be enjoyable. But my hope is that before the next couple episodes, she'll get some confidence, and she can falter. She's a human character, of course. I allow for that. I'm not asking her to be perfect. She's not a perfect main character. She's a lady character, not a male character. Am I right? Am I right? Anime. But yeah, I'm excited about the show in general. I think there's okay, so this is gonna be the front of. Oh no, this is armor that goes on the sides of the legs. That's pretty cool. There is room, as you can see here. There's room for an armor piece to pop on. So we're doing the. It calls it bottom, but we're really just doing like the leg armor. So we need H and G and I and E. We're going to use I for the first time. Okay, so I is over here. H, G, E, tiny little piece on E, and H and G are over here. Great. I'm going to pull out the tiny little piece I need for E. It's just E21. We'll pull those now. But yeah, overall, highly recommend it. I think it's a an awesome show. Um, I'm a big fan of comic girls. Gigi no Kitaro is still cool. Um, a couple people sent me links to the manga, um, and I might check that out. I don't know. And then let's see. Is there anything else that I'm into? Uh, I watched the first episode of Dance with Dragons. I'm going to give it another shot. It's a good enough action thing. I think it might be cool. I don't know. It might not be good, but right now I'm kind of into it. And I've mentioned this before. I am going to let myself wait on at least like 2 or 3 episodes, and then I'll watch all at once My Hero Academia. I'm gonna like give myself a chance to really get into it because it's great. So yeah, that's anime chat. Got done with anime chat pretty early. If you're watching anything, let me know. Hey, this is a good time for me to say. If you're in the chat, say hi or whatever. I've got some viewers here tonight. I would love to get a little bit of chat going. You can throw the Bear Cave emote. You don't need it. You don't even need to be a member to chat with me. A subscriber, I should say, not a member. You could just be a person, and you could be like, "Oh, hey, Pat, I'm here. What's up?" That would be cool. Let's see. Are there any shows that I started watching that I stopped watching? I'm trying to think if there's anything that I skipped. I got. Yeah, I don't like the horse anime, the horse girl anime, the Derby. I don't like it. Not gonna watch it. It's not for me. Characters are cute, but the show is just not appealing. So I'm skipping it. I might watch it at the end if there's something cool about it. If people are like, "Oh, dude, you gotta check that out. It actually rules," then I'll watch it later. But right now, no real interest in watching the horse girl anime. May that change, but I don't think it will. And then I'll admit, I have not given a fair shot to the anime about the what do you call it? Oh, I have not given a fair chance to that anime that is about the magical girl who ends up not being a magical girl, or she ends up being a magical boy. Like her transformation transforms into like a big dude. I have not given that a fair shake. I just don't want to watch it. There's so much anime out there. I can't watch everything. I got asked to recommend some anime. I'm going to look it up right now, what I recommended. So Slice of Life anime. So if you were like, I also would like to try the genre of Slice of Life, Pat, what can you tell me to watch? I'll tell you, obviously, Interviews with Monster Girls. If you want like girls trying to fit in high school who are also demi-humans, it rules. The episode 13 is the OVA. It's not really episode 13. It's the OVA. It's not as good. It ends really creepy, and I didn't like the ending. New Game. 2 seasons of New Game. Beautiful show. Laid Back Camp, of course. Mentioned that a bunch. Flying Witch, really like. GJ Club. All of these are available on Crunchyroll. GJ Boo, it's also called sometimes. GJ Club. It's great. And then, it's on Hulu. It's called Place to Place. It's Achikochi. I wish it was on Crunchyroll. Achikochi is the fucking no anime has made me laugh more than that since Azumano Daioh, which I know I mispronounced. But no show has made me laugh as much as that. Achikochi, Place to Place, is just weird, cool friends going to school, and it's sight gags, and it's clever jokes, and it's wordplay, and they introduce 3 other characters that you don't need to give a shit about. Who cares? Himechi for life. Love Hime. Hime rules. She just wants her friends to be in love, and she loves love, and she's the best. Also, they're all like, I've been told by Adam Davis that maybe I can't see the chat, but people are chatting. I have not been able to see the chat at all. Harold just cheered me 26. I don't think the chat is going through for you. You're right, Harold. I haven't been able to see the chat at all. I don't know why. I've got... I don't know why. Y'all are chatting and I can't see it? That sucks. Let me see. I appreciate that one of you tweeted at me and the other gave me bits in order to be like, hey, you can't read chat, but we're chatting. I can see my own, though. That's weird. I can see my own Bear Cave messages. All right, test. I can see what I'm writing. If you're writing stuff, I'm sorry I can't see it. I don't know why. That's real weird. Oh, let's see. I saw it for a second, I think. Somebody else write something. Oh, I see Lashbrook. Hello, Lashbrook. Hello, the Hollow. Okay. Okay. Drew. Hello, Drew. All right. Chat is up. Hello, everybody. If you were chatting before and I did not acknowledge you, it's because I literally could not see you in chat, which is weird, and I'm sorry about that. But now chat seems to be working. I see Nina Davis. I see Drew. I see the Hollow. I see Lashbrook. Thank you for the tweet about it. Thank you for the bits in order to let me know what's up. Communicating via bit. That's fun. I'm sorry that I did not that did not work right. I don't know why that happened. That was weird. All right. So yeah, Achikochi, place to place, highly recommended. Yay, functioning chat. Pat, what are your thoughts on current dubs? I'm finding a lot of Funimation's simul-dubs to be really high quality and personally find reading subtitles lowers my enjoyment of anime. I find the process of the show better overall when dubbed. So, the Hollow, this is a great question. I will first admit that I have not investigated dubs in its current state as much. I've heard Funimation does a decent job with some of the stuff that's coming out. I know that the Dragon Ball dub fucked up. They really fucked up. They should have fixed it. I'll mention it in a second. But overall, if you like dubs over subs, go for it. I personally prefer subtitled. It forces me to engage. One of the things I find is if I have a video that's in English of like, I've been watching a lot of like computer stuff. Like in prep to build my new computer, I was watching a lot of videos on people building computer components and fixing computers and stuff like that. I was watching a lot of those videos in prepping for building a computer. So one of the things that I noticed that I was doing is I was tabbing out because I could still listen, and I was looking at Twitter or I was looking down at my phone, and I wasn't engaging. And by being forced to read along with subtitles, I am forcing myself to continue to be engaged with the video that I am consuming. So for me personally, I gotta go with subs. Rewatching Yu Yu Hakusho and listening to the dub mostly out of nostalgia. Yeah, Drew, I understand. Nostalgia is a big important thing. Okay, so we put two pieces together. We missed a step. We're going to use our sponger for the first time. Our new tools. Very excited to have some spongers. I'm glad I whined about chat not working, so y'all let me know that it was, and something was just messed up. But yeah, so the big thing, I think I mentioned it, the clip went around is, so Dragon Ball Super, the dub is behind, right? Because it's like official and it's on TV and it's the whole thing. maybe it's simuldubbed on Funimation, but I don't know for sure. But I know the dub is behind, right? The television broadcast is behind. So there's a thing called Goku Black. That's what they call Goku. A evil clone of Goku in the future is called Goku Black, right? Okay, we're on the same page. Goku Black exists. He's a bad guy. So Goku time travels into the future, and the army sees Goku and thinks it's the evil Goku, and they start to shoot at him. And then Trunks, who's in charge of the army, the military, says, "Stop firing. He's not black." And maybe culturally, in the subtitle, you don't add, "He's not Goku Black," or "He's not the bad Goku," or "He's the good Goku." Maybe in the subtitle, you keep it straight. But in the dub, you localize that shit, and you don't say, "Don't shoot, that guy's not black. He's not black." You don't say that. The show hasn't existed long enough for the voice actors to get so used to it that they aren't aware of what's up. What the fuck? It's unbelievable. That's why localization matters. Literal translations, shit like that happens with literal translations. You got in the room, but gotta be like, "Hey, can I say Goku Black? Stop firing. Don't shoot. He's not Goku Black. He's a good guy." Unbelievable. That fucking happened. Yeah. Like, that shit is unexcusable. You don't fuck up like that. Like, how did no one go, "Hey, this seems bad. This seems super bad. Maybe we shouldn't say it." Huh? Maybe the anime that wrote out its only black character that it introduced in the very last arc of the show, and then didn't, who was, because he was reincarnation of Boo, was technically the strongest human on Earth, maybe, and we decided not to include him in Super. Maybe we could, I don't know, not say that shit. Drew, I know you were being sarcastic when you said, quote, "But Pat, clearly that would be censorship and absolutely ruin the anime." I know you were joking when you say that. I also know there are people who would argue that in quote unquote good faith. That would totally just be like, it's censorship otherwise. Clearly, Japan has a different view and they wouldn't have noticed it. But then I'm also like, yeah, but in America, we know that shit. Like, this is the English dub for North American broadcast. We know that shit. Also, Goku Black is a bad name. In general, Toriyama fucked up, one, by naming him Goku Black, because it's a bad name. It's just a bad name. And two, the other thing that's bad is, okay, so we gotta put this on here. So a lot of characters show up in the show. They bring back a lot of characters. You know, it's a bit of a nostalgia fest, right? You are coming to this show because you love Dragon Ball. You know, maybe you're a new fan, but most likely you're an old fan, and you're excited to see all your old friends because it's Dragon Ball time again. So a thing that they do, which is hilarious, is lunch is nowhere to be found, and apparently, there's no lunch in any episode because Akira Toriyama forgot about her. She shows up in like the Cell Saga, maybe in Boo, maybe in Majin Buu, storyline. But yeah, he just forgot that she exists. Just forgot. Completely and totally forgot about a character he created that was oddly really loved, bizarrely loved uh, in the uh, in the canon. And yeah, he just like forgot about her. So that there's no lunch in the show. All right, let me get this to here. Uh, yes, Drew. They keep Goku black, but they changed Mr. Satan or Mr. Satan into Hercule, and of course Hell into the Home for Infant Losers, which is I think I get why in a kids cartoon because especially Dragon Ball Z, it ages with, but is still at the time of its release in America the first dub ostensibly for kids. I can understand why you would not want to have Hell be in it. I guess I can see that. But then, and I think Home for Infant Losers is a fun compromise for that. But yeah, if you're gonna not have a character named Mr. Satan, but you'll have a character called Goku Black, and then sometimes refer to him just as Black, that ain't good. Not good. Not good. All right. So let's put this on here. Okay, so we gotta. This has gotta. So this has to link into this. So they're like connected. Basically, our side armor is connected to this top part here. So they want us to connect it here first, and then swing it down and pop it in on the side. So when the leg moves, that moves too. That seems pretty cool. Tallgeese has some cool armor pieces to it. Cool components. I'm into it. And then we'll make sure that that's popped out. This pops in like this. And then pops in there. Great, we did it. And then let's get our, let's try not to pop any pieces out. We attach our waist. Hell yeah. Look at this cool thing. Look at this Tallgeese. Standing tall, Tallgeese. No, Home for Infant Losers, I think, rules. My friend David Sebe, this is a Sebe shirt, the Rude shirt. The yellow, the green screen doesn't like the yellow, or chroma key doesn't like the yellow, but you can see it a little bit in the wide shot. This is a David Murray shirt, Sebe, Seibei. David has a tank top that says Home for Infinite Losers, the HFIL. And I'm not a tank top guy, but I thought about buying it. I actually don't know if that's for sale at the moment. All right, so we're going to work on the backpack, which are the like booster pontoons that also have a little bit of they're for like boosts and then charging with the lance. All right, so we're gonna work on that. We got that left. We've got our and our gun, lance, and shield left. So we don't have much left to build. Let's get into it. And of course the beam sword and all that. Of course, gotta have a beam sword, a beam katana, I should say. All right. Let's see here. So that's that. We'll put him down so you can see our Tallgeese being tall, our tall geese. Okay. Let's work on these backpacks. Got to do. Okay. All right. I1, I2, so I1. Okay. Have I caught up on all of the non-PAX wrestling from last weekend? So, all the WWE content I have now that I wanted to watch, I've caught up on. Have not watched the Hall of Fame. I'm not super into the Hall of Fame as a concept. I like the Hall of Fame when there was no audience. I think it's a better show than now that being on the network. I think it's not as cool. Obviously, still still nice to honor people and all of that. But yeah, I just don't think it's as interesting with an audience there. All right, so we got to do two. But yeah, I watched WrestleMania. I watched NXT Takeover, I should say. Um, man, Gargano Ciampa. I'm not gonna go too much into wrestling, folks, because I know there are people that just fucking hate it. And I'm a fucking stream where I talk about anime, but I get it. They just hate wrestling, and I don't want to bum people out. But man, Ciampa Gargano is that match. Whew, that's a main event match right there. Oh, Will Smith is hosting. That's awesome. Thank you, Will. Um, appreciate the host. We're building here, so let's get that. Goes into that like that. Put that aside. Gonna do I-16. Working on our backpack. But yeah, overall, there were some. I'm so surprised. Oh yeah, Ciampa's entrance was so good. Gargano rules. My big takeaway, one of my big takeaways from NXT to end in WrestleMania is I am unbelievably surprised that probably that my second favorite match at WrestleMania involved uh um wait, what's her name? I love that I forgot her name. Ronda Rousey. I'm unbelievably surprised that she was part of one of my favorite moments, favorite matches at WrestleMania, because she just looked so green and so out of place um, before that I am thrilled that she ended up being so good, because I did not see that coming. It was a awesome surprise that she was so good at it. Out of context, it was a good match. I really don't feel like. Oh no, Drew, you got to understand that when I talk about Ronda Rousey, I am talking about her as an in-ring performer. Um, I I believe that you can, but you don't have to, and no one is making you separate the artist from their art, right? There's a lot of problematic people out there, and if things are a no go for you, I understand and I respect it very much. Um, I think Ronda Rousey needs to fucking talk about, you know, expanding her feelings and thoughts on lots of issues, things that she's come out and talked about. If she has made those changes in her life, I would love for her to be open and honest about those changes, for the better, about exploring and seeing things in a different perspective. That would be great. I have hope that that's true. I don't know if it is, but that would be awesome. Um, in general, that's just like that would be the hope. Is that she would like not be a war conspiracy theorist and not be a garbage person. I mean, we all have our things, right? I have huge issues with Scientology. Lots and lots of issues with Scientology. But does that stop me from liking Beck the musician? No. It probably should, but it doesn't. I think it should. Probably. I have to internalize that and think about that. It probably should keep me from loving Beck as much as I do. The fact that he's a Scientologist. And I have so many issues with Scientology. Um, but it means like, uh, it means something like, I've never played Shadow Complex, which by all intents and purposes is a fantastic game that I would love. I have not played it. I will never play it. Because Orson Scott Card spent a lot of money, a lot of time and money, um, of his own pocket and the organization that he belonged to try to make it so that friends of mine couldn't get married in California. Not just the concept of being against gay marriage and legalizing marriage for all people. The fact that it was California, and I have friends that live there that wanted to be married. So it's personal. So I don't fuck with anything Orson Scott Card related. But other people love Shadow Complex. I think it's great. They can separate it and they can enjoy it. And I'm not here to stop them from that. Um, that's not what I'm here to do. Like that's kind of where I've got to be because otherwise and it's hard. You're right. Uh, yes, Drew, you're totally right. It's tough. She loves the business, and I appreciate that she is coming in a huge fan and wanting to do well and respect the product and respect the legacy of it and all that. I do respect that. But there are so many just like is AJ Styles a flat earther? Because I think he's a flat earther, and that's hard. That's tough. That's a tough thing because he's such a good wrestler, and I'm so excited that he's like doing so well in the company and like having such a good like kind of like part of his career right now that it's such a bummer to think about him being a fucking flat earther because he's like such a good wrestler. Uh, yeah, it's hard. It's fun, like with everything, including wrestling. It's hard sometimes to be like into people that are gonna just disappoint you. All right, so I gotta line this up how I wanted this to go in. Oh, this one wants to go in first, and then I gotta add the parts I need to keep these locked in place. And once I do that, it'll all work. And then these will open when you open the pod. So I'm going to leave that like this so they stay together and get the other pieces I need. And then I'll take a look at what y'all are saying here on the Twitter or on the chat. I have a higher tolerance for dumb people than malicious people. I understand. I appreciate that. Yeah. Yeah, I don't think that AJ Styles is a malicious person. He might just be a dummy. Kenny, from all intent, for everything I know, Kenny rules. So, people I know that rule. Xavier Woods, Austin, rules. Real good dude. Kofi Kingston, no one who's ever had anything to do with Kofi has anything bad to say about Kofi Kingston. Apparently, a sweetheart. Awesome. Personal experience. 205 Live's own Drew Gulak. Just a straight shooter. Good dude. Cares about the business. Cares about people. Cares about safety so much. So concerned with people that he works with. Just like a solid, straight up awesome dude. These are people I know that are great. I've had personal experience with Drew, and it was an awesome experience, and he was just lovely. Kenny seems great. Everything I've heard about Kenny is real rad. So Cody Rhodes, Mr. Runnels. I've heard very good things about that gentleman. People seem to really respect him. Still a Southern boy at heart, but is one of those like through experience his worldview has changed. Is what I've been led to believe by like being exposed to people and talking to people and being open-minded about stuff. He's one of those like. He's a libertarian because he's a fucking professional wrestler, but he's not conservative. He's a liberal, He's one of those weird ones where you're just like, oh, just vote for Democrat, okay? Fine, don't call yourself a Democrat. Or whatever. You're a libertarian because you're an independent contractor, and I get it. But it seems like life experience has had him be like, oh, okay, we got to be right on the right side of stuff. Those are like, what I've heard, what I've experienced myself. I don't know every wrestler in the game. I can't speak to every wrestler in the world, and what their vibe is. But Okay, so these booster rockets like pop out like that. That's pretty cool. All right, so let's get some outside armor on. 12 and 13. G. 12 and 13, great. But yeah, I've heard very good things about Kenny. Uh, Ophidian, the Cobra. The Paximania fans may know Ophidian. Ophidian Argus. Drew, it's okay. We talk about real stuff on here. And sometimes that's problematic wrestlers. Sometimes that's problematic games people. Sometimes that's problematic whatever. Like, that's problematic anime or whatever we don't talk about. Like, I think you all know the bleeding heart realist that I am when it comes to this stuff. Um, you know, I'm not wearing when I wear my social justice paladin shirt. One, I think it's funny to be a social justice paladin instead of a warrior. I do think it's funny. But also I'm wearing that because I know it pisses off some people that watch Paximania or Pax Rumble, that watch League of Heels live. I know it pisses them off. And then some other people, they know where I stand. They always know where I stand. I got a This Wrestler Arm Bars Fascist t-shirt. You know, like, I think my politics and my social leanings are well documented, well known. But I'm always fine with, you know, people want to talk about stuff. And I'm okay with talking about that stuff. I think it's important that we talk about those things, you know? Okay, so this goes, where's this go? Like this. Oh, it goes underneath it. Great, figuring this out. But yeah, I think to ignore those things is, you know, it's where you get the Fabulous Moolah Women's Battle Royale, right? WWE believes they can tell the narrative the way they want to tell the narrative, and so they went ahead with having a, by all accounts, a person that held women's wrestling back and led to a lot of emotional and physical trauma with a lot of people in an industry and set back wrestling. Not just women's wrestling, but wrestling in general, right? And because she's passed, WWE thought they could get away with just honoring her because that's who because they did it with Mae Young, so it's time to do it with Fabulous Moolah. Those are the two old ladies of wrestling that you can talk about. And I'm glad that the internet at large was just like, fuck no. No, we're not going to. What the fuck are you talking about? That's not happening. Nah. I was very happy about the internet wrestling fans that in general, the internet wrestling community, that we were like, no, not that one. No thanks. Yeah, the internet finally did something good for once. You're right. Occasionally we yell about a bunch of dumb bullshit, but every once in a while we yell and it affects change. It helped a lot that Snickers made a statement. It helps a lot when sponsors are like, we've heard you talking about this woman. Oh boy, we did not know that this was a thing. Yikes. I appreciate that. I appreciate when companies, like, obviously, like, Snickers has a long history with the WWE, and for them to be like the big one of the big sponsors, or the biggest sponsor they have, to be like, hey, wait, what now? That's great. It's awesome. When that shit can happen and go and works, like, that's good. Okay, so we got this blade. We gotta situate the blade here. So I'm looking at this. So that goes like that. And that goes like that. But it goes through it. Oh, it goes through it. Okay. So it goes through and then locks up here. It's the side part of the pontoon. And then Make sure that it's on the right side, so it then goes like this and locks into place. Great. And then the other side doesn't have anything cool, but it just still locks into place like this. These look rad. This is a lot of, I didn't expect this to be so complicated, to the point where you can even see the rockets kind of pop forward. It's cool looking. I think it's real cool. Vince versus Snickers bar for WrestleMania 35. Hey, you know what? Vince would put over Snickers. Vince is a businessman. He's not a great businessman, but he is a businessman. He does have a huge, incredibly important company, worldwide brand and all that. But like, yeah, he put over Snickers, no question. E18. Okay. I'm gonna finish this pontoon, and then we are going to talk about some other stuff that is. And then we'll work on the other one, but I'll take a break to talk about the various ways you can support, which would be awesome if you wanted to. You wouldn't have to, but you could. Great. So let's do E there. Okay. So this goes on here, like this. Okay. Gotta try to trim this down a little bit here. Okay. And that slides in. That, got it. Great. And then this goes on here over it. Locks in like that. Okay, that looks cool. All right. So we'll do the last step we need to do here, which is G114. It's this one here. This is recessed, so I'm going to actually cut from the bottom. Usually you go from the top on these, but because this is so recessed, I'll go from the bottom on it. And okay, we'll put this on. And I need a 12, an H12, H12 is this here. They're identical. And A12 is one of these. Pop that off. Great. So this goes on here. This goes on here. This goes. Okay. And then this goes. Look at that. Great. So, all in all, you pull out the wings, and it separates this whole thing, and then it pops back down, and then you can see it on the other side here. It goes like that, too. Cool. All right, we're going to build our other pontoon in a moment right now. It is time for me to tell you about things and ways that you could support me if you felt like it. First off, we got our Patreon. Patreon.com/PatBaer. I'm almost at $100. I think I'm like 97 right now. I'm trying to get to 150. At $150 a month, I could stream 3 times a week with build streams because I would have enough money to keep up with kits because I'd have to start buying a lot more of my own. If you want to buy a kit like the Goku Black or not Black, Goku Blue, Super Saiyan Blue Goku, you could buy something off my wish list. Right there. That's the Amazon wish list. I've got a coffee for one-time donations if that's something you'd like to do. Of course, you can do bits. If you've got Amazon Prime, get Twitch Prime. Just get Twitch Prime. Just get Twitch Prime. And then if you have Twitch Prime, you could use your coin or you could use real money to become a subscriber. We're at 23 subscribers right now, which is good. I like that. I'll let you know the Prime loot right now. You can get if you have Twitch Prime, you get 50% off Rick and Morty seasons 1 through 3. That's $9.99 each until April 16th. That might appeal to somebody. Not me, but it might appeal to you. Fortnite, there's a pack you can get of some loot. Call of Duty, World War II, there's some loot. I don't know, there's always something. Sometimes you get free games like Kingsway, Tokyo 42, Tales from Borderlands, something called Dub Wars. I don't know anything about Dub Wars, but you can get it free. Twitch Prime is kind of a cool deal, and like I said, you can turn your ad blocker off. You still won't see ads, but it will count as if ads ran for Twitch users that are partners that run ads. I don't run ads. But because I'm an affiliate. But yeah, those are ways you can support me. Here is the link to 404ing it that I did last weekend, in case you missed that. And here is the link to the improvised postmortem, which you could watch. A bunch of you have watched the improvised postmortem, like several thousand. Like it's my like 6th highest watched video, and it's been out for a week. That's pretty good. Thank you for watching. All right, so that's all that shit. Those are ways that you could support if that's something you wanted to do. But you don't have to. But you could. All right. Let's get back into it. We need I-1 again. We are going to build the other pontoon. I have Dub War. I hope Dub Wars is about the battle between Ocean and Funimation. No, Drew, I'm sure that it is not that, despite that being a pretty good idea. I think Dub Wars being a documentary about late 90s, early 2000s, voiceover studios for English releases. I think there might be muddy in that, but I don't believe that to be the case. So that's 4. This is 2. So now we're just building the same thing we built before, but maybe a little faster because I did it once, but maybe not because I say that and then it doesn't always happen like that. But, we're getting into a home stretch of what we need to build. Okay, so we need, this is 5 is this one. Not a voiceover studio. I just found out today Animego still exists. Oh, yeah. Oh, I mentioned this, I think, on Thursday. I don't know how I didn't know that Anime Strike ended. Anime Strike was the bonus channel. You had to have Amazon Prime and then also pay another fee to get Anime Strike. And they had a couple really cool shows. But that is now done. So all those shows just rolled back into Amazon Prime proper. So Grimoire Zero, it's about a witch and a beast man. That's good. There's a few. I can't remember the name of the one that everyone wants you to watch because it was like one of the most popular anime of that season. There's a couple other that are good. That one's probably the best. All right, so E12. Okay, yeah, E12 and E13. Yeah, I mean, there's also a side story for Dan Mackay, or Don Mackay, how to pick up. Is it wrong to pick up girls in a dungeon? There's a side story for the first season of that show, the only season of that show, I guess. There's a side story that came out on in which was fun. I thought it was good. It's like a lot of characters that I like, um, and they focused on a couple characters that I don't know much about, and I thought that was cool. So what I ended up doing was yes, Drew. Yeah, like one of the reasons why it worked well for me was because I ended up just spending $5 for 1 month, and then watching a bunch of stuff at once, and I wasn't gonna have it monthly. Um, so when I talk about anime, I haven't mentioned this in a while. I should say that I was gifted a Verve.co account. Oh, we're done with the sheet. Sheet's done. Oof, throw that away. Um, I was gifted an account, so my anime does not cost me money right now. I have access to Funimation, and I have access to Crunchyroll, among other things. But I still try to keep it real when talking about the shows that I like, making sure that I am being earnest and sincere with the stuff that I'm covering. If I don't like something, I will tell you about it, that I don't like it. Um, and I hope that but you can also take what I have to say with a grain of salt. Like, that's totally reasonable and probably for the best. Okay, so we're gonna do what we did again. We're gonna fit these in here, and then kind of set it down while we get the other pieces we need in order to keep this from just falling apart as we set it. Oops. And okay. Yep. All right. So let's just set that down nice and easy and get the pieces we need to go over it, which is R3. Yeah. In general, I had picked Crunchyroll. I think I made the right choice. I like subtitled anime. But yeah, sometimes every once in a while something comes out that people are like, "Oh, did you watch that?" Like, I let Netflix go. I get Netflix now and again, but I don't pay for it monthly. I just pick it up when there's like a bunch of things out that I want to see, because I'm not as interested in just always getting it. Okay, that's the end of the I. Toss that aside. I'm not interested in keeping that up. I don't regularly watch a lot of Netflix. So when there's a bunch of things that have come out that I would be interested in, that's when I find myself picking up renewing my subscription for a couple months, and then I'll cancel it again. Okay, so this is gonna go like this. And oh, okay, so trying to make sure I do this right, so I don't have to undo it or redo it. I should say, not undo it, redo it. And great, got that connected. Got that connected. Now we find G111, G110. Great, great, great. Do you have any sci-fi anime you recommend? I've been looking for something, but haven't found a good one recently. I'm trying to think if there was something sci-fi related that I was really into recently. I don't think that I have anything. What is that? Galactic Heroes. There's a new one of that out, and I know people really like that show. I've never attempted to get into it. I know that it's like a lot of space drama, um, and so people I know that really like that stuff really like the show. I can't speak to it myself because I have not watched it. Um, but yeah, I don't know if there's anything been great set in space lately. Maybe somebody in chat will be able to let you know. But I can't think of anything off the top of my head, which I apologize for. All right, so we're doing what we did before again, same thing. Got to put that blade in here. Gonna feed it through. Yeah, Legend of Galactic Heroes. Yeah, I mean, I've heard good things about it, but like I said, I haven't watched it. I think that's a show that Austin Walker really likes, and I respect Austin's opinion very, very much. Where did that? Hmm. What am I missing here? I'm missing B21. Did I throw it away? I am looking for a sheet right now that I need. Oh, no, that's G1. H. Let's see. Here. I've got all my sheets kind of like organized, so I don't know where it just went. I'll be back in 1 second. There we go. Fell on the floor. Sorry about that, y'all. Not in space. We haven't seen Steins Gate. Yeah, I mean that's a good sci-fi show. It's not a space show, but it's good. Uh, yeah, I don't know if there's any good sci-fi anime these days. Right off the bat, Steins Gate is good. And I guess there's the prequel that's out or coming out. A lot of fantasy stuff lately, but not necessarily a lot of sci-fi. Uh, Dragon, whatever the Dragon show, Dance of the Dragons, is kind of opting that magic is science. For good or bad, they're kind of going with that kind of a vibe. So it's magic a lot, but there's some science about it. That might be something that kind of works for you. I don't know. But yeah, I don't know if there's anything really sci-fi right now that I've been into. Okay, so this goes on here like this. That goes back on like that. And then this goes on here. We did this already, so it's not that hard once we remember how we do it. And then got to put the top pieces on. Need that E18 again. I literally have no idea what Birdie Decode is, but that sounds pretty good. I don't know what that is, but I like the name. Yeah, I mean, there's lots of classic sci-fi stuff out there. I mean, even I guess like Darling in the Franxx is new-ish, like last season new, and that's a sci-fi like organic mech kind of a show. It's weird. It's the Kill la Kill people and the Gurren Lagann Evangelion people working together, so it's fucking weird, like weird as shit. Like I don't know if it's good, but I haven't finished it. But I hear that it gets weird, even weirder at the end. But maybe good weird. Maybe it's a good weird at the end. I don't know. I mean, I'm always going to tell people to watch fucking Big O. Big O rules. I even think the second season, which is not as good, is still good. It's just not as good as the rest of Big O. It's like an anime mech show that looks like the animated adventures of like the Batman animated series. Like, yeah, it's awesome. Unbelievably good. All right, we're almost done with the sheet. You know we're getting close when the sheets start disappearing. Cronus, I'm not sure which one you were talking about. So Big O is a mech. It's like a future throwback, like a retro throwback future with big giant mechs, and it's done in the art style of the Batman animated series, the 90s Batman series. Lots of thick lines. It's beautiful. The anime that's out right now, that's like a weird organic thing, the Evangelion Kill la Kill mashup show, because literally the studios are involved. It's called Darling in the Fracks with like 3 X's, and that's weird. So those are the 2 shows I was talking about. Oh yeah, the Organic Mech show. So basically, yes, the Kill la Kill studio teamed up with Gurren Lagann Evangelion people to make a thing where it's like you need a male and female pilot for these organic kind of mechs, and then this demonish woman shows up to and you got to fight these big monsters for survival, and it's like this whole fucking thing, and it's really messed up and weird, and it's almost got a little bit of that like Pacific Rim, like they got a vibe, right? But the women are kind of like the way they are sitting. It's sexual in a way that bums me out. That doesn't need to be. It's kind of a bummer in certain spots. It also pretty cool. I don't know. It's a tough sell. Yeah. Darling in the Fracks with like 3 X's. Uh no, Kill la Kill is, wait, let me look it up. Let's see. The anime. What the fuck is? Oh, um, no, it's Trigger. Trigger did Kill la Kill, and the thing is that its former Gynex employees made left that, opened up Trigger, so it makes sense that they would pair up. So it's old Gynex people working with new Gynex people, and it's much more Kill la Kill than like Little Witch Academia. So you're right to think that it was the Gynex people, but yes, Trigger is people who used to work at Gynex working with Gynex as a joint project to make Darling in the Fracks. Let me double check that I'm getting this right. I'm going to cough. Yes. It is a Trigger show. But it does have some people who are currently working at Gynex working on it, and then so this is what the real thing is. So it's a lot. So it's Trigger, which is former Gynex people. It's some people who are current Gynex people being on loan, and it's A1 Pictures under its new name Cloverworks, because A1 Pictures rebranded itself Cloverworks. So it's Cloverworks who brought who did the Persona 5 animation, who did Slow Start, apparently. I didn't realize that A1 did Slow Start, but that makes a lot of sense. I like that a lot. Because I really like Slow Start, so it makes sense that's what it is. So that's what it is. So Trigger are people who used to be in Gynex. They got a few people on loan from Gynex to work on this, and they're working with A1 Pictures, which is now Cloverworks. We got our little friend here. Got our little tiny figure. So we'll put that in the box. Am I also going to sneeze? What's going on with me? All right, let's get the last of this done here. Allergies. Like, it got really warm yesterday. Like, ridiculously warm. And that threw off my body. So my allergies are really acting up. I got to blow my nose. I got to cough a bunch. I'm trying not to. I know it's allergies. It's not illness. But I'm trying to, power through it. Because this was a lot of video I did this weekend. Because this is my third live stream in 3 days. And then also, so that's a lot. And then also it's, what do you call it? I shot 2 videos for my Pokemon Let's Play series. Shot those for next week because I always do those at once. So yeah, it's been quite the weekend for me. And then this goes in like this. Great. And then this opens up. It all opens up and out and closes and goes back. It opens up and closes and goes back. Cool, cool, cool. Yeah, I'm going to have to look up decode. Yeah, Drew, that was pretty complicated, so I apologize. All right, oop, that popped off. I don't like that. Okay. So let's see here. We got, yeah, all right. Let's see if we can finish this up. We'll power through, finish it up. We want to do, this goes on here. Oh, that little piece that fell off on Thursday from the shoulder, I found that and put it on. So the one person that was asking about the piece I dropped and couldn't find on Thursday, I did find it yesterday. So yeah, so these are pretty mobile. They move around some. They can pull back to allow for a lot of movement. They go up because part of the idea of the Tallgeese is that the gun looks like a lance, and for charging, and also with the beam katana and all that. Let's see here. Yeah. Let's finish up the Tallgeese tonight. We'll go long. I'll go past 10:30. We're just doing a couple weapons. It's not that complicated. And then, oh yeah, then these also, these back pieces pop open, and there are rockets in there for more thrust, which is kind of cool. So yeah, this Tallgeese is pretty good. It's I think doesn't like the weight of those backpacks, but whatever. All right, let's build a gun and a shield. The Dober gun. Put that aside because I know we're going to need that. We'll need some PC pieces or rubber pieces, and then we'll need I2, a bunch of I2, and we'll get this going. 213. Say in chat. Meki-san, yeah, I got one of the legendaries I was looking for, and one that now that I'm thinking about it, might be okay. So, if I was gonna make a warrior deck that that did a lot of damage to itself, because that is a deck, then I got the tall, I don't know, the tower thing, the battle tower, that anytime it takes damage, it does 2 damage to a random enemy. I got that. So that I can build a deck around that if I want to. And then I also got Tess, the rogue card, the rogue legendary. That seemed cool. So I was pretty happy with my legendaries. I didn't get the one that everybody has, the odd one. I forget which one it is, but there's one that I didn't get that I'll have to probably craft. I gotta look at everything. I didn't have a chance today. I was gonna today start trying to build a new deck, but right now I'm kind of watching other people and seeing what they have. But yeah, overall pretty pleased with my legendaries. My random legendary was the shaman one. That was the random gift legendary that I got, and I don't really love that one, so that's whatever. Alright, so that goes in like this, and then trigger goes, not yet, that one, 14 goes in here, and 8. Eight goes in here into the trigger. Yeah, I had fun last night. Thanks for everybody that joined me last night for for me opening packs in Hearthstone and then playing some Jackspot games. We didn't have a huge crowd. I've never done that bonus stream at night. I don't know if I would do it at night again. I think the afternoon actually had more people. Maybe had less people watching, but had more people interacting because I had a bunch of people that like were there. Yeah, Rogue is fun. The test card, I forget what. Board, you got a bunch of snow. Wow. Did not know that was happening for you. I knew that snow was coming, but I have lucked out that I did not end up with any snow. I know plenty of people did, but I here in New York yesterday it was like 70 degrees, which doesn't make any sense. 19. But yeah, sorry you're shoveling so much. I'm going to go a little late because I'm finishing up the Tallgeese tonight, so we'll go past 10:30. I'm feeling pretty good. I still got my wits about me. There's enough of you in chat that will be able to keep me going because I'd like to finish this up so that on Thursday I can start that Dragon Ball Z or Dragon Ball Super Goku Super Saiyan Blue. Very excited about that. All right, so now I have to find in this box there is a spring. Oh, I hit the... All right, I got a spring in here. Spring has sprung. I don't know why there's a spring. I'm not asking any questions. I'm just going to figure it out. Put that over there. Whoop, I didn't even go anywhere. Good excuse to sit inside and watch anime, Dale. That is a good excuse. You're not wrong. Okay. So, one side of the spring goes on this one here. Okay. So you got a spring on one side. You got to make sure I'm doing the spring on the other side, because it's not going to make any sense for me to do it if I don't do it right. I apologize for being quiet here. This is a weird step that I'm like trying not to fuck up because I don't know how I would redo it. Okay. And then oh, I think it's time for one of my tools. Let's see if I can do this with tweezers. I've got these tweezers. I might as well use them. Yeah, it's got a spring mechanism to it. I just have to get this spring attached. I don't know if the spring is for resistance or what, but alright, I might have to just do this side of the spring first. Okay. So I got a spring in here, you can kind of see it there. A little piece of metal. And then I need to get this on the other side here. Oh, got quiet again. Sorry about that, y'all. It's late, and also I am now annoyed with this because this is now literally the hardest part of this kit. All of a sudden appeared, and it is a tiny spring. All right, that's easy. This side's easy. This side's annoying. Okay. I believe it allows me to do this, and there's a resistance. That's what it's for. That's kind of cool. Yeah, it's a barrel gun to recoil, I guess. Uh, it's a cool detail. No, y'all aren't wrong. This is cool. Where'd the cap part of this go? I already lost the part that keeps this together. Okay, well that's fun. Maybe I'll find it. I'll put them in like this so far for now. Then maybe I'll find it. Oh, there it is. Little piece of plastic there for the tips of my. Nice to have. Already got some use out of this today. Glad I have my little kit now. All right, so that went in. Now I need a E26. Just here. This part here. All right. And that goes there. Okay, and then I need the other half of this gun. Which is, oops, whoop, things are popping out. Too much pressure. Sorry, I'm getting quiet. Concentrating as I try to get this done. And this was, where did this go? Oh yeah, we're here. I think one of my favorite gunplay details is the mono eye on the Z suits being able to turn. Yes, that is pretty cool on the Z inserts, the eye being able to move. That is pretty sweet. I haven't seen that in the wild in a while, but I do know about that. All right, let's keep working on this gun. Yeah, we're gonna go past 10:30. It's now 10:30 on the dot, Eastern time. But I think instead of just doing a little bit of this on Thursday, instead I think it's better to just finish this off, and then on I'll be able to start fresh with a new kit on on Thursday. All right, this main part of the gun is assembled. Think I put a one piece in wrong, so I'm going to try to separate this and redo it. We'll see if I can do that. Shouldn't be too hard. Yeah, so this spring lets it pull back and it bounces back in. That's pretty cool. That is a cool little feature. Makes a good snapping noise. Yeah, it gives you a little bit of a quote unquote realistic feel. It's kind of fun. But there's another piece here that I put in backwards, it looks like. And I could fix that now. Maybe. We'll see if I can separate it without damaging any parts of it. Usually you can, but sometimes it does become a problem. And we'll just get in there. Yeah, we did it. Just about. Alright. Great. And then I just gotta pop this piece out here and flop it around. Great. Alright, I think I got it. Can redo it. Yep, that's what I wanted. Great. Nailed it. Oh, the hollow. See you later. Thank you very much for hanging out with us tonight. Appreciate it. Yeah, we're moving along here. We're gonna get this gun is taking a little longer than I thought it would, but we're staying late. We're gonna go for it. We're gonna keep going. We're gonna finish off this gun, finish off the shield, build a couple katana, beam katanas, and then we'll call it quits. When I pop this apart, a thing fell out, so I have to pop it apart again. Literally just did this, and now we have to undo it because a thing popped out. That's what happens when you mess up. Great. Back to it. Okay. So now we're done with this part. We can now add a bunch of layers of things to it. We need I2 18 and I2 7. Okay. So next week we will do our Dragon Ball Super or Goku. I'm very excited to start that. That's not 7. Shoot. What was that? I don't even know what that was. Pulled out a thing. I'll find out later what it is, because I'll look to see what it is. Great. Yeah, we'll be able to do we'll do that. I'm excited for that. It was really fun to build Krillin. So I am looking forward to working on Goku. All right, so that goes in there. 8. Is this a big piece here? Big piece of plastic. Yeah. You know, I've run out of things to say. I apologize. We did hit the hour and a half, which is, usually when I have completely run out of steam, which is why I only stream for an hour and a half. I kind of run out of momentum, but I did want to finish this, so we got to put this on first here. This one here. Let's see. Can you build Goku into a better father? No, Drew. Unfortunately, I don't have that ability. I could wish on the Dragon Balls, but I don't know if that would work either. I think Goku's just who Goku is, That's he is the kind of dad he's going to be. You know, he was raised by his grandpa, and so he was raised in a loving environment, but he just didn't absorb that. He loves fighting so much. He just loves fighting so much that he can't see himself doing anything else, which is a real shame. And then this goes on. That. I joked on Twitter, but I don't know if I said it on here about how uh, one of my favorite things of Super um, uh, is watching Piccolo become a great grandpa, and I really love that about the show of just like falling in love with Pan and wanting to protect Pan is just cool, and I really like it. I like that part of the show. All right, so where does this lock in? Why doesn't it want to lock in then? Oh, got it on backwards. That would explain a lot. Great. That part's on there. Really building up this gun. This goes. This tiny piece is a tiny piece. Ah, yes, Drew. You said that when I couldn't see the stream. So I'm glad. When I couldn't see chat, I'm glad that you said it again. It's okay. Yeah, Goku's not a great dad. Piccolo's a great dad, and Piccolo. I mean, he's a tough dad. He's a tough, rough dad, but he's also a great grandpa. All right. And why can't I? Got this little piece I got to put in here, and just want to fucking go in. Go in, you little weird piece. This gun is way more detailed than I thought it would be. I should have waited for Thursday and just done the gun and the shield then, instead of this. Whatever. There it is. I got it in. Okay. Got that piece in. Let's build the scope and some other stuff. We're not done with this yet. We're almost done with that. We need F2. Finally finished with F, the smallest of our sheets. Go on here. I rewatched the first episode of Dragon Ball recently and forgotten Bulma just straight up shoots Goku with a gun. Yeah. Bulma, in all her, like, I'm going on adventures, is not a great adventurer at the beginning of it. And does just straight up try to kill Goku. Yeah, she just tries to murder him right away. Yeah, for especially considering that Dragon Ball is the lighthearted version of the series, that's pretty messed up. Dragon Ball is all about like fun and good times and wacky adult situations, i.e., panty shots and such, and tapping someone and patting someone's vagina in their sleep to be like, oh, boys and girls are different. It's like, what the fuck? Real creepy. Goku doesn't know what he's doing, but is still very inappropriate in the early stages of that show. All right, so D23 and D18 we need. All right, we're going to finish this up. And D23. Where are you? D23, there you are. There you are, D23. I found you. Yes, he does just want to know if she has a tail, and then doesn't understand why she doesn't have a penis. And it's fine, but gross. And they put Yamcha in his Yamcha hole. Yep. Yep. Tough if you liked Yamcha. He's not even really comic relief. At a certain point, I randomly caught a dub like clip. Someone was doing whatever of like Bulma shows up when they're gonna like meet Cell or whatever for the first time, and she shows up with not Pan, Trunks, baby Trunks, kid Trunks, baby Trunks, and people were like, uh, literally Krillin, who sometimes is smart but oftentimes is stupid, literally says, "Well, Yamcha's got to be the father," and it's like, hey man, maybe don't say that shit. That you could be wrong. And he goes, "You'll never believe who the father is." And I'm like, Yamcha, you should move out. Like, I know that you were on again, off again with Bulma, but she like hooked up with a dude that also lives with you, and maybe that's just like awkward, and you should figure out some other way, something else maybe. I don't know. It's pretty messed up. I just think that Yamcha should have more self-respect. And when his relationship went south with Bulma, so much to the fact that she ended up hooking up with Vegeta and having his child, maybe it's time to go. I don't know. That's just me. You know, everybody's different. Everybody lives their life their own way. But I feel like he probably should have bounced out of there when his ex-girlfriend ended up becoming pregnant and having a child that's not his, of her own free will and volition. That's just me. That's just where I'm at. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, yeah. Yamcha, like, gets dunked on, but also a lot of it's deserved. He gets his stuff. He gets his baseball career going. He's trying his best. He's doing his thing. You know, he tries to power up some. You know, at one point he was like the first human to have like a superpower move. It was pretty cool. I actually was saying this about talking with Jeff Gersman of All Systems Goku about uh, Chaozu in Dragon Ball. Like now, Chaozu is just like whatever, self-destruct. Okay, haha, that did not work. Oh no. But like the thing with Chaozu is that like he could fly, and it was a big fucking deal when this little man could fly around, and he also had like a mind control ability, and it was like that was trouble. Chaozu was like, you know, was like a scary kind of like sub villain to Tien Sinhan. Uh, but like, yeah, it fucking like definitely freaked people out. I remember, uh, myself included. It was just like, holy shit, that little guy can fly. That's a big deal. And now everybody can fly. And it's not a big deal, but it certainly felt like one at the time. Okay, so this gun like folds like basically for some reason you can like it's got this like springy effect to it of like extending it like the blasts of it. That's pretty cool. That's pretty neat. That's it for the gun. That's our gun. So we'll put that aside. Let's build this shield. I don't think Goku had a heart attack. I think Goku contacted a disease on the planet he landed on that taught him instantaneous transmission. I think it wasn't a heart condition. Maybe it was a heart condition, but I thought he caught like a disease, and then he was cured of it, and he doesn't have to worry about it anymore. That's what I thought because it wasn't an Earth ailment. Now I might be way off, but that's how I remembered it. So if I'm wrong, I'm sorry. But yeah, that's I thought that's what it was. I thought it wasn't that he has a heart condition. It's that he had some sort of disease. He caught something, and nobody could cure it. I don't remember. Yeah. I mean, it's never brought up again. That Goku dies in that way is never, like, dealt with, really. Okay, so this goes on like this. Except that, in the future, it sucks because Goku died. Like, everything fucking really sucks because Goku passed away. Like, that's the extent of the future stuff. Alright, so we need C37, C36. Alright. I think it was a disease that attacks the heart. Yeah, I think you're right. I don't really remember. It's been a long time since I watched the Cell Saga or the Future Trunks into the Cell Saga. All right, that's it for that sheet. Throw that away. We find out what the thing we need here is. This goes up, which means that this is. I'll try to do this at center. Sorry, I'm slipping a little bit here. I'm getting a little run down on this thing, and then we need C136. Oh no. Did I just throw that out? No. E7, that's what we need. We finished off with C. Clean that up a little bit. So we got our shield here. And our shield allows us, yeah, we don't have to build that. Put on the way to put the gun on. There's some pieces here to like attach the shield in various places, which I'm not going to build. I will build our katana though. So that is, yeah, so this thing allows us to, on the top parts here, you can attach the weapon and you can attach the shield there. If he doesn't want to use them, he can wear them. And I'll just build the beam katana right now so that we have our beam katana. And then that's the end of that. And that's the end of this. And that sheet. That's the end of that sheet. All that's left is various extra hands and some ornaments, like I said, you can put on for the shield. We're not going to build here because it's late and I'm tired. But so the idea is that these beam katanas, they can rest behind. They can hang out here behind the shield like this, like that, which is cool. Or you can put them like so, and then you make the hands that hold them. You get your beam katana. You got to have a beam katana. We'll take that off, and we'll just put that in the kit. Yeah, and so you can put the shoulder mount pieces on. I'll leave that for whoever ends up with this kit in the future. Don't know who that'll be, but it'll be somebody will win it at some point. Like I said, the end of every month, I'm gonna do I'll do an auction. So that'll be the end, the last stream of this month. That will be Saturday, April 29th. Will be the final. We'll do an auction. So on Saturday, April 29th, I will give away. It's not an auction. It's not an auction. I say the wrong word sometimes, and I apologize for that. What it is I will do a random drawing of all my subscribers on the 29th of April, which is the last stream of the month, and someone who is a subscriber will win a model kit that I built. I don't know what the next one is. I can't remember. I have to look it up. But yeah, I'm going to do that every month. The last stream of every month, I'm going to give away a kit to a lucky subscriber as a thank you for being a subscriber. And that's going to do it for the Build with Baer Workshop. I'm setting this up to take a photo of it. And then I will put it away for now. Thank you very much for joining me. We'll go back to this one. So that's what's on Thursday. Thursday, 8 p.m. Eastern Time. I will be building Son Goku. Thank you for hanging out. Thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing, those that have. If you haven't, give it a consideration. I also should mention that I'm thinking I might be able to start streaming later on Thursdays. Maybe I can do 9 to 10:30 and do parody with Saturday. No promises. It won't be in April, but maybe in May I'll be able to start doing that. I'm trying to work it out. So no promises, but that's a hope. Thank you for watching. Mechascan, thank you for being you. Thank you all for being yourselves and hanging out with me. I really appreciate it. And I'll see you next time on Thursday for the next Build with Baer Workshop. Bye-bye, everybody.